All right, we are live.
What's up, everybody?
Man, what an intro, what an intro, what an intro.
Sorry for a little bit of technical difficulty. We're having problems with the camera coming up, but we just had to do a little refresh, reboot, and here we are. So now you have us.
There you go.
So anybody that's got questions, to type in your question. We read them right here on the monitor, and we will answer your questions. I did send this out to all of my subscribers, and Kaylin also sent it, I believe, on Henry's channel.
Right. Yep.
So all the subscribers on both of our channels know that we're live tonight at 6 o'clock. So
As we are going to be every Tuesday at 6 o'clock, unless we let you know otherwise, we are going to go live.
yes, yes. So some of the things going on. One is our podcast, the two old ball guys. So we're going to talk shop. Been a crazy week. Been a crazy day today. Literally walking in here about 10 minutes before 6, trying to get going. Just got a lot of sticks in the fire.
Yep. I mean, I just was running from Rancho Cucamonga all the way to Lake Elsinore and hauling, but to get over here, and I couldn't because there was so much traffic. But I got here on time, so that's a good thing. All my guys are out there working still. They're still doing their bird proofing and being dedicated.
I literally come from a beautiful home down in Marietta.
Nice.
We've had guys there all day cleaning this home. It's a brand new multi-million-dollar home, all contemporary, black tile roof, and they've been doing all the saw cutting and everything else, and it is just dirty. So we're trying to get this cleaned up for a big party this weekend. The outside is done, but they're still working on the inside. But they got a big family party. They want to get everything cleaned up and show the family their progress and how they're doing. So we're getting that house taken care of for them. And back again in the morning. The boys are still there working right now as we speak.
Nice. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. We really appreciate that. Give us a thumbs up and let us know how we're doing. We are new at podcasting, and we're going to try to get this channel up and get people following us, which is kind of cool. We're going to be talking shop, talking everything about solar panel cleaning, the business, how to get into the business, pressure washing, how to get in the business, what to look for, what not to look for. And, if you guys have questions, we got answers.
Always. So we were going to do some parts, displays, and everything else, but I'm going to go ahead and make an announcement. We are always trying to strive to build a better skid. So the last thing that I upgraded the skid was the hard water adapter. The hard water adapter is a fitting that we screw onto the pump. We disconnect the hose from the 100-gallon water tank, screw this fitting on, disconnect your bypass from the 100-gallon water tank. We plug it into the hard water adapter. That fitting alone allows you to run hard water through your pressure washer whenever you need to clean, like, for instance, bird nests out from underneath your solar panels, or if you need to do some concrete washing, whatever. But then as soon as you're done, you disconnect it, you flush your system out with DI water, and you're back to running normal again. So the next thing I'm going to add to this package is a 3/8 male-female coupler ball valve. So that's also going to be in the packet. We're going to include that whenever we sell a skid. I'm already seeing the way the people are buying the skids. They're watching us. They're seeing how we're cleaning, and they see that we sell the J. Racenstein rotary brushes. Mm-hmm. And plus, some of them use the dual head brushes, and they have Solotech C1000 brushes. They have different brushes. So we're going to start including this ball valve along with the hard water adapter and the water TDS meter and everything else that we include with our skids. So with that being said, I'm also going to be including a fitting that you can either hard mount to your foam cannon, or we can do a 3/8 male plug to a 1/4-inch coupler to plug onto the foam cannon. Mm-hmm. That way you don't have to take your wand up on the roof. You can literally put that 3/8 ball valve on your pressure hose, take your brush up, take your foam cannon up. If you want to use some soap on your panels, you can hook the foam cannon directly to that ball valve. Spray the soap, disconnect it, hook it to your rotary brush pressure hose, turn that one on, go grab your brush, turn that ball valve on, stand it out, and go to work.
There you go.
So that will be a question I'll ask if you want the little adapter to that ball valve for a foam cannon or not when you come pick up a skid.
Nice. Well, we have guys here on YouTube, and they are in the comment section. So we will go ahead and say hello to a few of them. MK221 Bell, what's up, guys? Dat damn Daniel, Lone Star Solar Cleaning and Pressure here in San Antonio, Texas. Paint and Panel Pro Cleaning. Good evening, old guys.
Good evening, guys.
What's happening? Jerry Foster says, okay, soap up the panels or no? Well, here it is. Here's the correct answer for that. Some companies do it, some companies don't. It's your preference,
It's called your prerogative.
your prerogative. So I don't, but other people do.
And that other person is me. I do.
Oh, it's okay. Let's see. Damn Daniel says, two guys, one brush. That's what he wants to call the podcast. Two guys, one brush.
I like the two old ball guys better.
I do too. So, Spotless Solar Experts, what's up there? What's up, guys? Oh, we missed DL Zale. DL Zale says, how did you guys get your first commercial account?
I'm trying to remember.
Well, I can tell you how I got mine. And it's very simple. I'll start with me. I was out here cleaning solar panels, and I happened to be doing a residential. It was a two-story home. I remembered it clearly, up in San Diego. And when I was done with that, he approached me and said, "Hey, I got a business, and I need about 2,000 solar panels that need to be cleaned." And I went ahead and gave him a price right there, pretty much after I went and visit. Took me down there, same day, took a look at it, gave him a price right there on the spot, and that's how I got my first commercial account. And it's been a repeat customer ever since.
I got a lot of my accounts just from the advertisement on my vehicles. Far as me going out and knocking on a commercial account door, I believe the people that worked at these commercial accounts see me. And it's like I tell everybody, your first impression is a lasting impression. And, if you go out there looking like a rag bag and don't take care of yourself and don't groom yourself and everything else, they're going to think that that's what your business is going to look like.
All right.
Your job etiquette and everything else. So, hey, Terry Lynn, so you just popped in. But as far as the commercial accounts, you can go knock on the doors. But guys, let me tell you something. Commercial accounts are hard to get. And once you get them, you keep doing a good job every single time and you don't lose them. Commercial accounts do not like to just keep jumping from one vendor to another vendor. They like to get that one vendor they can trust on, out of sight, out of mind, do the job, and they don't have to worry about nothing else no more. You make them look good, keep their boss off their back, everything keeps rocking and rolling.
Right. And it's not easy to get these jobs. And, there is a lot of setbacks when you go into commercial accounts. Not all commercial accounts pay on time. Some like to pay a 30-day or a 60-day. And I have one account that pays 90 days after we get the job done. And it's a huge, huge corporate account. And there's nothing that I can do other than wait 3 months for my check. But I got guaranteed sales. I clean that particular commercial account 5 times a year,
Yeah.
which is really, really nice. So it's worth the wait, to be honest. And you got to ask yourself that. A lot of guys, they start their business and they want to just jump on the big fish, go out there and get the big commercial accounts, and they're not ready for it. And that's where a lot of them are going to fail because they just don't have the brush, they don't have the pressure washer, they don't have the right equipment. And then they're over here tackling 2,000, 3,000 solar panels. And, when they do get them, they end up quitting in the middle of the job. And guess who gets called?
Yep.
Companies like ours who would get called and then say, hey, we need you to put a bid in, and a couple guys came in and they couldn't do it, and before you know it, we're cleaning corporate accounts.
Yep.
So you got to be really really careful when you guys try to go after that.
It's the same thing in the pressure washing world. And guys, don't get me wrong. You can go on YouTube, you can watch videos, and you can see how people clean, how they do everything. But you got to make sure that they're informing you correctly. Sometimes they may be flubbing up during the job, and they don't want you to see that. They only want you to see the good side of it. More videos you watch, do your judgment and see how they do the cleaning, and compare all the videos you watch, and you can get a good understanding on how you can watch us. You can ask us questions. Got a phone number back here, you're more than welcome to give me a call. I try to keep up with everybody, but don't get me wrong, that number is in social media world, and the phone really blows up, and I try to answer everybody's questions, but some days I just can't get to everybody.
No, 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 it's almost impossible sometimes. I mean, I was doing bird proofing today, and uh, I had to bird proof 63 panels today. We started at 9 o'clock, and they're still not finished, and they're still working on it. And it's a lot of panels, and but that job is a pretty big job. And I was getting phone calls left and right as I'm trying to take care of this. The phone is always going to continue to ring, and you got to answer people's questions, and they're calling for solar panel cleaning or bird proofing or window cleaning or whatever services that you provide.
Yep. And when you're out in neighborhoods, you know, you got neighbors that know neighbors that are friends with each other. And when you go out and do a job and you clean that neighbor's solar panels, or you clean their home, or you clean their driveway, or whatever, those neighbors see that. Well, they don't have a problem going over and knocking on that neighbor's door. Hey, who was that to clean your driveway? Or who was that to clean your panels? There it is, free advertisement. You get these phone calls. So every time you go out into a neighborhood, especially the solar panel cleaning world, people are watching you. You're being on an interview while you're out there cleaning. They're seeing how you're cleaning. They see how professional you are. They see how you leave the job when you leave. You're not leaving a mess on the ground. They're watching that. When they see that, don't think they haven't already taken a picture of your vehicle and got your phone number, and they're going to call you out to come do their job for them.
No, not at all. I mean, that the job that I had scheduled for today, they requested our general liability insurance. They requested our auto insurance. They obviously looked at us on Google. They checked out all of our reviews, and they actually got a price $1,500 higher, $1,500 higher that they were going to go with, and then they went ahead and went with us. We went and gave them a really really good price because we knew that we can do it and make money doing it. So
Yep.
you know and they went with us, and she was pretty happy, and and she's did mention that she was going to talk to her neighbors and put our name out there, and that's how you get more business. So
Yeah. Mike Bell, you posted leave extra business cards with my clients. That's a good thing. But the other good thing that you can do is you can get them made from, I forgot the name of the company that I get my cards from. But you can get these little signs made, and they come with a little wire stake. You can stick them in the ground. You
hmm.
can ask your customer, hey, do you mind if I, stick my sign in the ground, for a little bit of advertisement for a week or two or whatever? People can drive by and get that information. And then if it says on that sign, solar panel cleaning, pressure washing, window cleaning, whatever, well, that person walking their dog that day or just walking the neighborhood, they're going to see that, and they're going to look at that home, and they're going to like, oh, the panels are very shiny and clean. Oh, their driveway's nice and shiny and clean. Oh, my driveway looks terrible. They're
Hmm.
going to see that advertisement, and there you go. You're going to get a phone call, because you know how it is. One neighbor to another neighbor is always a competition. Who's got the nicer looking yard, house, everything else. So there's always competition in the neighborhood.
Always, we had as we were doing our bird proofing today, we saw two of our competitors literally driving by, looking, and checking us out at the same time. Right?
They wasn't checking you out. They were hating on you
I didn't want to say that.
because you were doing the job and they
Yeah,
wasn't.
yeah. I mean, this was a $4 million, $5 million home that we were working on today, and it was a very very nice neighborhood, up against the hills, and you know they're going to call, you know, and if your business is out there, you may get calls like that, and there before you know it, you could be getting commercial accounts or big residential accounts.
Well, another lane that you can go into is HOAs. You have property managers that take care of uh, residential and commercial properties. So, like, you get to know who that company is, and their sign is always posted out
Mm-hmm.
front saying who they are. They're overseeing this property. They may be taking care of leases within the community or homes. So you find out who they are, and you go knock on their door and say, "Look, hey, I'd like to do a luncheon and get to meet everybody."
Mm-hmm.
And when you do that, you can do a luncheon at their office. You get to know everybody, and then they start handing you out jobs, and then they promote you. Because once they get to know you and they trust you, they will promote you all the time.
Right. There's many ways to market your company, and you know, one of the things that I did when I started out, and I think it really grew, um, was I went into the new building homes. The homes are being built brand new.
Mm-hmm.
I walked into the office. I left my cards with them, and before I knew it, people that were moving into that track were giving me a call, and you know, trying to get prices on solar panel cleaning and window washing and what have you. We even got contractors that would come out, like Lennar Homes, and basically would go out and say, "Hey, how much do you charge to clean windows inside and out?"
Yep.
And those were the easiest ones because they weren't in yet. So we can simply just walk in there and clean the windows on the inside and clean the windows on the outside before they moved in, and there was nothing in our way. It's
Well,
awesome.
the other thing for those in California since 2019, every brand new home being built has to
Hmm.
have solar panels.
Yep,
So
it's a
if you
requirement.
go to the model homes, go in there and talk to the people that's running that office,
Hmm.
finding out what it's going to take for you to do to be put on their board as one of the general contractors that maintains and takes care of the community.
Yeah, it's very easy.
Yeah, guys, we could sit and talk about this for days. The whole thing is get off your lazy butt, go out there and knock on some doors, and you will get work. Work
Hmm.
is out there. Work is not going to come to you. You got to go
Mm-mm.
to it. Advertise your vehicles. Advertise yourself on your shirts. My wife gets tired of seeing me wear the same shirt all the time. I will go out to dinner with my AM pressure washing shirt on. And she's like, "Can you not put on a regular shirt?" I'm like, "No, I'm advertising."
No, she doesn't know what you look like in a
You know,
regular
and
shirt.
this is what the back of my shirt looks like. So as you can see,
Oh, there you go.
you know, full force AM
Front and
pressure.
back.
I got it on the sleeves, I got it on the chest, I got it on my back all the way to my butt. But that's how I advertise.
Right.
And I don't have to, wear different clothes all the time. I just wear the same crap all the time.
There you go. So she's probably happy when you do go out and you don't have her clothes on
Right,
or your work shirt.
right.
Great presentation and very informative information. Thank you, Diana Cagle. Appreciate that. Mike Bell gives us a thumbs up. And by the way, give us a thumbs up here on YouTube. We really appreciate that, and that helps us out with our videos and so forth.
I don't know if you know it, Henry, or not, but that woman that just did that post right there, that Diana Cagle,
Hmm.
she is a very good woman.
Oh, I don't know who she is. I have no clue who she is. But
She's my mother.
oh my goodness, your mother.
My mama.
Your
All,
mama's gonna support their sons all day long. There you
all
go.
the way from Alabama.
Alabama.
Yep.
Nice. Well, we're gonna give you a special. There you go. That's for Diana Cago there. Thank you for chiming in. We really appreciate that. And everybody else for that matter. That damn Daniel says, please don't plan to fail. Oh, people don't plan to fail. They fail to plan. And DL Zale gives us a thumbs up. We really appreciate that. Tara Lynn says, shout out to the woman that birthed that guy.
Ha!
There
My
you go.
mama.
Your mama.
That poor woman. Hey, ask her about me. That's why she only had me. I come out, what was it, Mom? 10 pounds, 5 ounces?
There you
I
go.
literally come walking out.
Wow.
I was a big baby. And that's why she never had no more. She said I was enough.
That was enough.
Yeah.
Well, that says a lot.
My mother's shaking her head right now. I could see her.
Wow.
uh,
Susan Covarrubias says, looking good, guys. Henry, you did an awesome job today. You are consistently working hard. I am very proud of you. Well, thank you very much, Susan. Yes, today was a hot, hot day, over 100 degrees, and worked all day. So, but that's what it is. We work, we work, we work, and
yeah,
it all pays off,
it's
right?
miserable. And this week we're supposed to have more humidity. I think Mr. Henry DiCarlo from KTLA News said that we
Oh,
got more humidity coming in next week too. So I know it's rough. It's rough here in this shop.
hey, I'm gonna try to meet Henry. By the way,
Oh, are you?
yeah, I'm gonna try to meet him.
I'm glad you're the only one that wants to meet Henry.
Well, I'm not the only one, I'm sure.
We got somebody in this other room over here.
Uh-oh.
Miss Susan is just dying to meet Henry. For those of you who don't know Henry DiCarlo is off of KTLA News. Me and my lovely wife Anita are friends with him and his wife Lisa.
Nice.
So we know a few of the people from KTLA, and they're a great bunch of people. We love watching them every day. Very entertaining, a lot of
I
fun.
I do notice they do give you quite a bit of shout outs there, Mark.
I do get a shout out every now and then on the
Nice.
news. And as a matter of fact, Saturday night we will be at Disneyland at the Chalk Walk for the Children's Hospital. We do this foundation with them every year.
Nice.
So we will be with them this weekend. And I know Susan's just dying to meet Henry.
We did buy 2 tickets for Chalk Walk, and we are excited to go to Disneyland on Saturday night and have fun and
Yep.
meet everybody, meet the kids, and um, it's a great event, and it's something that you can be proud of,
Yeah.
and it's for the kids.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize. Me and Anita, we used to live in Anaheim. It's out in Tustin's where it's at. It's right there next to Children's Hospital. For those of you who don't know it, I don't do a lot of donations because a lot of people out there are crooks. But when it comes to Children's Hospital, that money goes straight to that hospital. Parents that have problems with kids that don't have the funding or the insurance to take care of their children, they will bring them into this hospital, all bills paid. So that is something that me and my wife give to every year. And plus, we do the chalk walk with Henry DiCarlo, and we're Team DiCarlo, so that's
Mhm.
KTLA News. So we do this every year with them, and it's one thing that I will support and I'll continue to support. And normally we do the walk, but this is the first time that we've got to join since COVID. The one last year was a virtual, so we did a virtual walk with them. But this year we actually get to go to Disneyland, and so to bring us back in, uh, for those who that sign up for the chalk walk at 9 o'clock at night, they're going to shut down Disneyland, and it's only open to us. So we literally have the whole park to ourselves until what is it, 2 in the morning?
2 in the morning, but they start at 9 o'clock. But there's early access, I believe, around 5.
I think 5 o'clock you
5
can get
o'clock.
in early.
Yeah.
So boy, if I got to take a nap, I'm used to being in bed by 8:30 every night. I don't know how I'm going to hang to 2 o'clock in the morning. You're going to catch me asleep somewhere on a kiddie ride.
There you go. We'll just sit back, watch everybody else walk. There
That's
you
what
go.
happens when you're two old bald guys.
Maybe we'll do a broadcast from there. That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Do a broadcast live at Disneyland.
There
See
you
if we
go.
get in
Live at
trouble.
Disneyland. Hey, Meatballs. Meatball says a customer called and said it rained the next day after cleaning panels. What should I do? Have you experienced this? Yes, we have. I have.
Yep.
It happens all the time. Hey, look, you can't predict what's going to happen. I mean, when it comes to weather, you got monsoon storms that come through, and it just hot, hot, hot. You go and clean those panels, and an hour later, there's pouring rain, and it's going to happen. There's nothing that you can do other than just hang tight and get it for the next time.
Guys, it's no different than your cars.
Right.
When solar panels, they're going to get dirty. The thing about solar panels, they're laying at a certain degree and they're going to collect dust. They have like a little electrical charge and they're going to grab dirt. And when it rains, it's just going to look just like your car. You're going to have rain spots on them.
Yep.
So that's a good thing. They call us up. We come back out and we clean the panels again.
There you go.
You'll
always be in business.
It's called preventive maintenance. You
Right.
got to do maintenance on you, your car, your home, everything.
Right.
Take care of them.
Yeah, and I mean, it's same thing with bird proofing. Bird proofing, they don't like the pigeons, and they don't like getting woken up at 5 a.m. in the morning, and pigeons making a lot of noise, so they're going to pay quite a bit of money just to get rid of them. And it's a good business,
And it's a nasty business because
nasty
you
business,
got them
right?
up there peeing and defecating all over your roof, and they're making nests, and you get all kinds of critters in there.
And
It's
you got to get them out. I
yeah.
mean, that's the thing is you're going to have to remove those birds and get them out. So if you're not used to that, or if not something that you want to do, then don't get into this business.
And oh yeah, I did have a customer call me just a little while ago. It's one of my frequent customers. He want to know if we got any of the bird proofing or the ties yet. The what do you call them? Clips.
Oh, the clips?
He wanted to know if I had any clips. I'm like, no, you've been busy, I've been
Yeah.
busy, and we need to call the people and start ordering these in pallets. So that way we can keep them stored. My racks are getting full right now. I just got a big load in yesterday, but it wasn't none of the bird proofing.
Oh, okay.
So we need to get on top of that this week or the first of next week and see
Well,
if we
I
can.
am talking to a few people on the clips themselves and see if we can get ourselves a good deal. If we can get ourselves a good deal, then maybe we can place a big order and
There you go.
start distributing them.
Check who's in the house. Miss
Who?
Jennifer Pratt, two old ball guys.
That's right. What's up, Jen? How are you? And hopefully everything is all good. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. Man, we are getting more thumbs up now, Mark.
I
I
see
see.
that.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. So, Paint and Panels Pro cleaning, very hazardous environment cleaning bird droppings. Remember to disinfect. Absolutely. Yeah, you want to get out there and take a shower. Don't touch your face. Don't do that. Wash your hands and make sure that disinfect before you touch yours. Yeah. I don't even want to say before you. Anyways.
Yes. And also, if you've got customers, this is another thing that we haven't talked about. If you got customers that's had birds for a long time and they have literally soiled the tile to where everything is stinking down the gutters and everything else, for all of you guys that buy foam cannons from me, you can also use a foam cannon to spray pine sol. I use straight pine sol in my foam cannons.
Hmm.
Whenever we get done cleaning a trash enclosure and we steam clean all the concrete, because a lot of the trash enclosures at restaurants have grease traps. So rats and roaches love those grease traps. So we steam clean the whole outside of them. We once we get done cleaning everything, I come back and I fog inside the dumpster. I fog the whole trash enclosure, and it looks like snow when you get done with it, but it dissolves and it melts into the concrete.
Oh, nice.
So that way, when the customer comes out, all they smell is pine sol.
Oh,
So you can
nice.
also do that on the home. You can spray it up underneath the panels. You can get after you clean it, then you can spray the pine sol, and then you can put your bird proofing on, and that way it soaks into the roof tiles. It runs down the cutters, and it gets rid of all the funk.
Nice. Nice. Well, there you go. It's another pressure washing tip. Uh,
Per the job. Mike Bell, what are you trying to say?
Mike Bell says, I had a customer call and wanted bird proofing, and she said that she had a bird problem. When I got up there, there was no sign of bird problems. I told her she didn't have a bird problem. I didn't try to sell. Well, there you go. At least you were honest. Whether some people would have went out there and try to sell her service that really didn't need, and that's easy to do. You can just go out there, take a look at it, and um, take a look at it and see if there's any droppings or anything underneath the panels, because birds will destroy your panels when it comes to the wiring and everything else like that. So you want to protect those, and you got squirrels that will get up under there and so forth. So just be aware of that.
Henry, we got Jake Smalling on.
What?
Jake Smalling is about to be coming down next week. He's going to be getting his 4.0. He's going to be getting
Oh
a 39-inch J Racenstein, and he's dying to get out there and learn this business.
man, what's up there, Jake Smalling? Love the new podcast. Thank you very much. Love from Ventura County. Yes, Ventura. I grew up in Santa Maria, and not too far, about an hour and a half from Ventura, on the Central Coast. Beautiful. Love it. Thanks for chiming in there, Jake.
And Jay, we'll try to get your feet wet. Henry's real busy, so maybe he can bring you out on some of the jobs and get your feet wet and get you a little bit of knowledge and hands-on experience.
Absolutely. Yeah. More people, the merrier. That's how we work. That's how we roll.
So, is there anything out there that you guys want to talk about? Post it, type it in so we can see what you want to talk about, and we will be more than glad to go over anything we can help you with.
I want to talk about something.
What do you want to talk about?
Okay, I want to talk about people getting into the solar panel cleaning business, and one of the things that they ask when they get into solar panel cleaning business, and they have no clue whatsoever, is there competition? Is solar panel cleaning saturated?
No.
And one of the things that I tell people is, look, when you are in your area, wherever you're going to open up your business or what have you, first thing I suggest that you guys do is Google solar panel cleaners near me. Find out who is actually cleaning the solar panels. This is how I started my business. When I got into this business, that was the first thing that I did was find out who my competition was. Well, my competition was only window cleaners. There was not one legitimate solar panel cleaner nearby. And when I started my company, I called it SoCal Solar Panel Cleaning, and it's for Southern California uh, solar panel cleaning. And it grew, it took off. I mean, I had because I was so specific in my keywords that Google found me, and people who would be searching for solar panel cleaners, I'd come up right at the top. And so I got a lot of business doing that. So I highly suggest that you check out your competition. Not that you should be afraid of your competition at all. We work with a lot of our competitors, and I love it. I love working with other competitors. Um, I'll give them jobs if I'm booked up. I'll give my jobs away to somebody else that's in the area that I know that will be able to finish the task. And so we want to make sure that you have uh, plenty of business. And one of the things that you should be doing is checking your area, whether you're in Texas, Florida, or on the West Coast. You know, check and see what your competition is, and then kind of be uh, just go out there and be really competitive. One of the things that you have to do is be competitive with your competition. And if you price your things right, then you should be able to grow your business. If you try to undercut anybody, you're only hurting yourself.
Yeah.
And I've talked about this many, many times where, we may be charging hundreds of dollars for solar panel cleaning, and you got somebody out there that has no insurance that goes out there and gives out bids and offers to clean the solar panels for $60 or $80. Well, those guys aren't going to last long because they're not really making any money for their company. They're just making money for gas or whatever. And so you they'll call and they'll say, "Hey, well, the last guy cleaned my solar panels for $60." I said, "Well, you better call that guy back because I'm not doing it for $60.
No.
I wouldn't even get on the roof for that price."
Mm-mm.
You know. And so um don't be afraid of charging what you're going to charge, because there's some people out there that are going to pay for it. They're going to pay for it because they know that they're getting a good service. And that's what you have to provide. Every time you provide a good service, you'll always have work.
Yep.
Always.
And people's out there, it's just like you or anybody else. When you're out there, like for instance, if you have somebody that comes and clean your cars, if they do a good job, are you picking the phone or going to Google and looking for somebody every time? Or you're calling that same person back. So you are technically your only competition. If you don't do a good job, you're not going to keep that customer. So in my point of view, there is no competition but yourself. Yeah, you got competitors out there that are competing for the same job, but as far as competition, the only competition is yourself.
Right. Good questions. That then Daniel says, how do y'all feel about monthly memberships?
I ain't paying nobody nothing.
No,
No.
I don't think that really works in this type of business. Listen, I get repeat customers by every single time that I have a customer. 6 months later, I'm automatically booking them for recleaning, and we put them down in our calendar. We have it set so when it comes, you know 5 months and 2 weeks, we're giving these people a call back and saying, hey, it's time for your cleaning, and then we're booking the appointment, and we get new customers all the time.
Yeah.
But that's how you should be doing it. Just booking your residentials every 6 months, book your commercials every 3 months if you can, and try to get your repeat business that way, and your company will grow, and it will grow tremendously.
Rod, RJ, the streaming keeps going in and out. We're good here. It's got to be the Wi-Fi on your end. So
Yeah.
check the Wi-Fi on your end and see if you got good signal. Dale, the hater, greetings, gents. When you guys do commercial jobs, do you haul a buffalo or do you hook up to the client's water? Well, I'll answer that real quick and easy. You hook up to the client's water.
Right.
In all of my skids, I put a water float valve inside the tank. So you always have a full tank.
Like a toilet bowl.
And if the customer asks, how much water are you going to use? I'm going to say, well, my tank is full. I'm only going to use what water it takes to clean your panels because we'll keep the tank topped off. But seriously, in all the years I've been doing this, I've only had, I think, maybe two people say something to me about hooking to their water. They're the ones that call me out to come and do the job.
And it's always good to have a gallon counter on your input of your water, so you know how much gallons you're actually producing. You can reset that gallon counter when you go to each job, so you know that you're using 10 gallons or 15 gallons for the job, or 200 gallons for the job.
Yeah, for the solar panel cleaning, that's good for you guys.
Yeah.
But in the commercial pressure washing world, it's not good for us because
Mm.
we don't know how. Because you're running a surface cleaner, then you're coming back with a wand doing a rinse, and every job is different. Every job is different square footage. Solar panels, if you're doing a 10, 15, 20, 30 panel cleaning, you can kind of get a ballpark of how many gallons of water you're using. So a gallon counter on that type of system is
Yeah.
great. But out of all the years I've been doing this, I think I've had one, if not two, people ask me or tell me that I can't use their water, and I
Hmm.
just shake their hand and tell them thank you and have a good day. And they're like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "I have to have water to provide the service for you.
Yeah.
I'm doing the job for you. I need to hook up."
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that was part of it. Well, yes, ma'am, or yes, sir, that's part of it.
Oh, nice.
But people don't say nothing because they're hiring you to come clean their panels. Of course, they know you need water.
Hmm. We have West Coast Power Washing Services. Ask Mark, is there a good way to keep the inside of the tank clean?
You can throw a little bit of like a pool tablet, chlorine tablet. You can throw a little bit of a tablet in there and let it set. Fill it up and let it set overnight, and it'll kill all the algae. And then you want to drain it all out and get your wand and pressure wash and clean the rest of it out. That putting a little bit of chlorine in there is okay, and just wash it all out. And then put a fresh tank of DI water in there, and then you'll be good to go. Um, I've never really had problems with buildup of algae. It's people that let their equipment set out in the sun
Mm.
and just baking out in the sun.
Yeah.
Um, we use clear tanks so you can see it. The people that use red and black tanks, you can't see it. But us that, when I build a skid, all my tanks are clear.
Oh,
So
okay.
you can see if you're starting to get a little bit of buildup in there.
So West Coast also says, Mark, on power washing concrete, how hot are you running your heat? And you said you are using an acid cleaner uh, to on the surface, as I am trying to get the surfaces brighter. Thanks.
All right. I run my temperature between 150 and 160. At 120 degrees is what it takes to break down oil and to break down gum. If you
Mm.
use cold water, cold water coagulates the grease and it's hard to get up and it hardens the gum. So 150 to 160 is the max that I run my surface cleaner, and my temperature on my wand If you go any hotter, you start eating O-rings up, you start deteriorating your pressure hoses, and it's not good. Just because it says it'll go 250 don't mean you need to run it 250.
So you can do more damage than good.
Right. And the trick to running a pressure washer with a burner, soon as you get done cleaning, you shut that burner off. You take the tip out of the end of your wand and you squeeze that trigger until you can touch that wand and it's cold. You
Okay.
got to cool your system down. You got to cool your hoses down because when you get that hose coiled up on a reel, every coil that goes inside that reel is like an incubator. It's just sitting there cooking and baking your hose. It breaks the rubber down. It breaks the wire down inside the hose. So you got to cool your system down before you end the job. And that's, I don't care if you're going an hour down the road or 10 minutes down the road. Cool the system down before you leave and go to the next job.
I see. So, just for the people who don't know, you have a pressure washer that has a heater. Is it a tank or what is
It's a
it exactly?
burner.
Oh, it's a burner. Okay.
So it's a pressure washer with a burner. So these are hot water pressure washers. All my skids are cold water. But I do sell pressure washers that are hot water pressure washers that come with a burner on them. And you were talking about using acid. Acid is you it's a muriatic acid that we use. You acid etch concrete. The only time you do an acid etching is if you're trying to get up like a bad grease stain or if you're trying to get up rust stains and you acid etch it. If you're just going to clean concrete, spray a little bit of degreaser down, run a steam hot water system with a surface cleaner and come back and do a rinse. That is bright as you're going to get that concrete.
Hmm.
Acid etching is not going to try to brighten them up anymore. But degreaser and steam does a great job.
There you go. Well, there answer. Hopefully, he answered your question. So, let's talk about marketing. I want to talk about marketing real quick. Um, there's a lot of guys out here that are, trying to market their business, and they ask, what's the best way to market their business? And there's many, many ways to market the solar panel cleaning business and the pressure washing business itself. So one of the things that I like to do is I like to get onto Google because it's one of the biggest platforms on the internet. And so I have a Google My Business page that I do use, and I go out there and I post pictures and all that constantly every day or every other day, and I get a lot of business that way from people that have looked at my Google My Business, and they give us a call. There's many ways to go out there and promote your business. There's Facebook ads, Instagram, Yelp, and there's there's a few other ones out there, I'm sure. But um,
There's
I
a bunch
I
of them out there.
yeah, I pay for some of my advertising, and Mark doesn't. Mark um, doesn't doesn't pay for his advertising, and you
You
want to
got,
explain that?
yeah, you got people like Mike Bell. You're talking about Yelp. You get charged per click. So you got people out there just searching that are bored, and a lot of people are bored, and a lot of people are on their phones. Go to a restaurant and see how many people are talking to each other. They're on their phones. So you got people on phones all the time looking at stuff. Doesn't mean they're really in the market to flip the switch and go get their panels clean or get their windows clean or concrete clean. They're just looking and searching. So
Mm-hmm.
every time they click on your site, you get charged.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you want to pay for that?
Yeah.
I don't pay for it. Literally, my advertisement is on Google. I'm on Google. I got my website, and I do marketplace on Facebook.
Okay.
Those are the only three things that I put my stuff on, and it's free. Besides, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram.
Right. And Mike Bell says, I keep hearing pros and cons on Yelp. What do you guys think?
Negative. I will
I
not even touch it.
I won't touch them. I actually have paid $600 a month for Yelp, and nothing against. I mean, anything, but I had a lot of reviews that were um, positive, and as soon as I decided to stop paying my monthly on Yelp, all those reviews went away.
Yeah.
So I would never do business with them again.
And Terry Lynn also, yeah, that's a good thing because You have Google calling you just because you sign up for a Google business page and everything else. You got people that will
Google
call you
certified. Yeah.
Google certified and say, "Yeah, we're here. We want to check in this. We can help you grow your page, but it's
Yeah.
going to cost you this much."
You can do that for free. I
Every
mean, you can go to Google and just type in Google My Business page, how to sign up, and sign up that way. Um, yeah, you can do that. You're right. There are a lot of Google certified people that will call you and say, "Yes, let me evaluate your website. Let me see what I can do about getting you on the first page of Google." And it
Wow.
takes a lot to get on the first page of Google, and you got to do a lot of things.
Yeah. And the other thing that I forgot to mention is I'm GoDaddy. So when I get my domain, I go through GoDaddy.
Mm,
So my website, my emails, my domain builder and everything is off of GoDaddy. But on GoDaddy, they have an option that you can pay for, and I pay for this. So within an X amount of mile radius, I will literally come up, within the top one, two, or not three on Google page, or on Microsoft, or what is it, Bing, or any of the other ones.
yeah,
So within a certain circle area, I will come up, and I pay for this with GoDaddy.
yeah,
Um, but as far as all the other stuff, you got to kind of watch it because some of it gets pretty crazy out there.
yeah,
With me, with my business and my social media, I get people wanting to friend me all the time,
yeah.
and a lot of these are marketers and everything else. I try to keep all those weeded out. I just because I tell you guys to subscribe to my YouTube because I want to get to 1,000 so I can go live.
Yep.
I say that all the
Hey, you're
time.
halfway there.
I know. I say that all the time, but I do not accept people to be my friend if they're telemarketers and stuff like that. I try to stay within the pressure washing community, and that's the main people that I hit up and except for to be a friend.
Look, if you're getting phone calls and people are calling you and they're trying to get quotes, then obviously you're doing something right.
Hmm.
Okay, it's when the phones are not ringing, then you might need a little bit of help. But other than that, if you're getting phone calls, and a lot of people when they first sign up, on Google, they have their business. Google pushes you out there. They push you out there as a new business. So you don't have to do a whole lot, in the beginning, anyways. They're going to go out there and try to push you out there maybe for a week or two or what have you. But they will push you out there. And it's just about, going out there and, just all accurate information. And I cannot stress that enough. If you're going to sit there and put a fake address in there or what have you, Google's going to catch you. And before you know it, your business is offline.
I'll tell you a funny story. I
Sure.
put on there AM pressure washing 24/7, blah blah blah. I totally forgot that I put that on Google. So on my web page, I put down pressure washing services 24/7, office hours 7:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m.
You're getting
So
phone calls.
I'm getting phone calls from Google saying, "Well, you're 24/7." I had a knucklehead call me at 2:30 in the morning,
Oh,
thinking that my
man.
shop is open. And I do leave my phone on because I have guys out pressure washing 24/7 in case they break down, they get in an accident. They can always reach me, and I'm there to help them out. But I kept getting these phone calls, and finally I said, "Where did you read it said 24/7?"
Right.
On Google? And I'm
Uh,
like, "Oh, son of a gun! I totally forgot I put 24/7 on there."
but you verified it.
I verified it.
Oh, there you go.
So I went in and I changed that on Google just the other day.
Nice.
Hello, Mary. I see you're up.
Uh,
Terry Lynn, what about Angie's List? Well, I'll let Henry answer about
I,
Angie's
I
List.
I don't use Angie's List, to be honest. I mean, I don't. I've never used them, and not that I have anything negative to say. I just don't use them. Jose Alvarez says, "Hello, Mark and Henry. Thanks for all the good information that you guys provide to all of us. I'm planning to buy a C1000. Can I run it with my Zero Pure X2? Absolutely not. That is a three-stage system that plugs into your water hose, and then the C1000 has to be run with 2,500 psi's. needs a pressure washer to run that. So it's in the ballpark of 2,000 to 2,500 psi's for the C1000. The Solitech brush itself, the 23-inch, will run up to 500 psi's. And to answer your question, no, uh, the Zero Pure X2 will not run that at all.
Yep.
Um, Pain and Pandals Pro Cleaning says you can your business name for us. Oh, maybe I missed something here. West Coast Power Washing Services. Thanks, guys, for the information. It's a great help. I'm a C20 holder and using that connection with my commercial customers to get power washing work too. Thanks. There you go. So,
Right on.
all right. So, hey, there's quite a few people on tonight. I appreciate the big crowd tonight. And it keeps growing and keeps growing. And thank you guys for the thumbs up. We would like everyone to give us a thumbs up if they like our podcast.
Exactly. And now that we've gone live, we're going to set you guys out reminders every Tuesday and let you know that we will be live every Tuesday at 6 p.m. And you'll get to see the lovely two bald guys' mugs and
There you go.
answer us questions or ask us questions. We'll be more than glad to answer them the best we can.
And that's what this podcast is about. The podcast is basically us teaching you about this business, telling you the pros and cons. You guys can come in, chime in, and ask us whatever you guys want. And if it's business related, well, we'll go out there and answer it for you.
yeah. And a lot of people think, oh, it's a podcaster doing this, or why are they doing this? This nobody bought this. We bought this.
I bought it. As a matter of fact, I didn't tell you last night. We had guests yesterday, and here I am doing this, sharing my microphone. Well, as soon as I got home, I went out there and bought two more mics,
And we got two more hoes.
two more headsets. So whoever comes in is going to be able to hear the the podcast and be able to talk into their own mic. So I think that's pretty cool.
And the thing about this is, guys, we're taking time away from our family, our lives. We come out here, we do this all for free. We don't ask no compensation from nobody. We do it because we enjoy it. If you enjoy your job, it's not work. We enjoy doing this.
Yeah.
And the thing that we're trying to do is for all these people that undercut jobs. So when you go out there and you underbid a job and you give a bad taste in the customer's mouth and you lose that job, it makes everybody else looks bad.
Right.
So this is why we're doing what we're doing, to try to educate all the newcomers that are just getting in the business, that are wanting to get into the business.
And customers.
And customers.
Yeah.
So this is why we do what we do this. So we just wanted to help everybody out and try to, teach you guys what not to go through, trials and tribulations that we've been through and, the downfalls and everything else. So we just want to, educate you, help you out. When I can, I would love to come out some of your jobs and, I'll climb up on the roof with you. I don't care if it's on a roof or it's pressure washing concrete. When I've got the free time, if you're in my area, give me a shout out. Give me a call. There's a phone number right there behind me.
There you go.
Say, hey, Mark, next Tuesday I'm going to be in, so-and-so area. The best thing you can do is email me. My email is my website right there. Instead of www, it's mark@ampw.co.
There you go.
I'll even type it in there.
So Doug Draper says, is this live now?
Yes, it is.
Here you go. We're answering your question live, Doug. Yes, it is live. West Coast Power Washing Services, can you run a power brush with a battery pump system? That's not a question for me. That would be a question for Mark. So go ahead and if you want to answer that, that would be cool.
Can you run a brush with a battery pump system? You talking about a rotary brush? No, you got to have a pressure washer.
Yeah.
If you're talking about a window cleaning brush, a tucker pole, you can run it with a battery pump. You can increase your pressure a little bit because some of those window cleaning brushes have a dual and quadruple head. So if you got a four tip on the brush, you want a little bit more pressure. The average hydrant puts out 90 to 120 psi.
Yep.
and they're normally 12 to 15 gallons per minute. So if you need more pressure, you can put an inline 110 or a battery, a 12-volt pump on them,
Hmm.
and give them a little bit more ump and pressure. But with a rotary brush, you have to have a pressure washer. And you got to have the right pressure washer. I had a customer buy a brush from me, and he called me back and told me what pump and pressure washer he had. He went to Lowe's and bought one, and it's what we call a throwaway pump. It was like 2.2 gallons per minute, and it's supposed to be all this PSI and everything.
Yeah.
And he's having trouble running his brush. I said, well, the engine is good. We just need to take that pump off and put an AR pump on there.
Mm.
So yeah, you have to be careful when you're trying to save a buck and you go to Home Depot's, Lowe's, Costco, Sam's Club. These pressure washers they sell, it might be a DeWalt pressure washer, but when you look at it and you see that little aluminum pump on there with little bitty valves and everything on it, yeah,
Beware.
it's got a lot of PSI, but you got to look at the gallons per minute. The more
Yeah.
gallons per minute, the more water it cleans better.
Let me see here. Stone Creek Masonry is a super duper fan. Thanks for being a super duper fan there, Stone Creek. Hey, Henry and Mark. Really appreciate all the great information and your willingness to help all of us that are looking to do the best job for our customers. We appreciate you too. Thank you very much. Doug Draper. Cool, mate. I'm
Hey, man, where
from
you at?
Sydney, Australia. Love,
Okay,
love down under. Love it. I've been in Australia and Queensland. Was there for 3 months and I had a great, great time. Let me see here. Ziggs bonded and insured. Do I need both, or am I okay with just being insured for a solar panel business? You definitely want a Ziggs. You definitely want to be insured before anything. You can be bonded. You cannot be bonded. It's just totally up to you. But get insurance. Okay, auto insurance. Have a $1 million policy on your auto insurance. Get a minimum of $1 million on your general liability insurance. We do have a insurance guy that can take care of that for you. But yes, I mean, for a solar panel cleaning business, definitely want to be able to get insured and um, be ready for that. If you're going to have employees, look out. You're going to have workman's comp, and workman's comp is going to be about roughly in the $3,000 range, and they're going to want all that money up front. So be on the lookout for that. Zick says cleaning business. Uh, Renee Sanchez. Hi, Henry and Mark. Thanks for the info. I'm a newbie starting a business in Texas about cleaning solar panels. Mark, I need a skid. Please help me out.
Well, give me a call tomorrow.
The phone number is 951-440-9063. Give Mark a call. And for those of you that want to take a look, just look for AM pressure washing in Lake Elsinore. That's what I tell people to do sometimes. Google it, and you'll get all his information there. We're giving you all his phone number, and all the information is right behind him anyway.
Yep.
But yeah, give him a call, and I'm sure he'll love to talk to you.
And I just put my email in the message board. So mark at ampw.co. Co. No M, not .com, .co. Email me your full name, address, phone number, and email in the body of an email and tell me what you're looking for. If you're looking for like the 3.0 scale or 4.0 or the 5.0, if you want to look at the 32-inch J. Racenstein brush or the 39-inch or whatever you need. And I can throw you in QuickBooks and I can email you a quote, but I need all your information.
I was talking to somebody today, and they're doing auto detailing, and I said, "Hey, look, man, you got to go out to AM Pressure Washing. You got to check out their equipment because when I saw his equipment, um, I wasn't. It was like I really wanted to help this guy because he had everything was, just it just, for me, I was lucky because I came to Mark when I first started my business, and I bought everything from him, and I've never, ever, ever, ever had a problem with his skids, and I've upgraded. And the only reason why I upgraded is because Mark says it's time to upgrade
Henry started out with a 1.0. And
you.
so we went from 1.0 to 2.0 to 3.0. Now he's 4.0.
Yeah, there you go. And now he's talking 5.0. I said, I don't have enough room in my van for.
We got to figure it out.
He goes, buy a bigger van. What's wrong with you?
Yeah. Um, Stone Creek Masonry, what would the cost of the AR pump be? Give me a call tomorrow, Stone Creek, and I will go over all that information. If you'll email me, mark at ampw.co, and send me all your information, full name, phone number, email, and address in the body of the email, I'll send you the quote over.
Uh, Zig says, how wide are the skids?
They're
Curious, would it fit through the back of my Honda
no,
CRV?
no. I can pack 10 pounds of poo in a 1 pound bag. I can't pack 10 pounds of poo in not even a quarter of a bag.
Oh, man. There's the East Coast coming out on him.
Yeah. Um, the skids are 42 inches wide and they're 46 inches long minus the DI tanks. If you do a 4.0 and you add the DI tanks, you add 10 more inches. So they're 56 inches long by 42 inches wide. The DI tanks are 42 inches tall. So, CRV, it ain't going to happen. I have put a 5.0 in the back of a Forerunner. If you go back and look at my social media, I had these two young kids that brought a Forerunner in. I didn't know that's what they were bringing when, I sent them dimensions, I sent everything to them. They come pulling up, and it was like almost a brand new Forerunner. The back seats were still in it. I'm like, guys, I can't even hook up the DI tanks because we had to unbolt the back seats
Oh, wow.
and then slide the skid in, and then lay the DI tanks down in the back floorboard, and then stack the seats up on top of that. And I'm like, wow. So they wanted a 5.0. We literally had to take the two hose reels off to set the skid in, turn the hose reels in sideways, stand them up, bolt them back down, and plumb them back in.
Well,
But I put a 5.0 in the back of a Forerunner.
here's an interesting question. Bobby Maldonado, how often do you have to change your DI tanks? So maybe you might want to, talk about the sizes and, what you have and how it works. And
Okay, here's some 411 on DI tanks. A 1.6 cubic foot tank is a common tank that everybody uses. When we sell our skids, we normally add two tanks. One tank on a good day is good between 12 to 1,500 gallons. But the kicker, if Bobby, is you got to know how hard your water is that you're putting through the tank. Here at my office, my parts per million on the hard water is
ooh,
465.
wow.
So my tanks are normally good between 800 to 1,000 gallons. Um,
It,
if you're like at 150, 200, you're going to get around 12 to 1,500 gallons. But the more hard the water is, the less gallons you get out of that tank.
I notice when I go out and I do solar panel cleaning jobs, one of the things that I do when I get to a customer's home is I go out and I test the water and I check, how many parts per million coming out of their faucet. So um, today I had 220 coming out. So my tanks are not going to work as hard as say 400. So um, for me, it's they last a long time for me. But I do a lot of panels and I clean a lot of panels, and so at I'm always checking every single job. I'm always checking to make sure that um, I'm getting zeros coming out at the end of that hose.
Yeah.
You know.
Bobby come back and says, how often do you have to change your tanks? Now, on your TDS meter, you never want to go past 100
Yeah.
parts per million on your TDS meter. You're into hard water then.
Anything above 100,
Yeah.
yes.
Now, the way that you do this, Bobby, is when you got the tank set up, you won't see no numbers for a long time. And all of a sudden, you start seeing a few numbers, and all of a sudden, they just start taking off. And before you know it, you're past 100 in a blink of an eye. So, whenever I started getting around 30, 40, 50 parts per million, I'm getting ready to switch my tanks out because you will be on 100 before you know it. And if you're out doing a job, Now you're putting hard water spots on the customer's panels, windows, cars, whatever you're using it with.
Doesn't look very good.
Nope.
Not at all.
What else we got?
Let me see. Mary says, Henry, you are using your tanks every day. How often do you swap out your tanks? Weekly, every 2 weeks? I use them every day, just about. I mean, except for weekends. I try not to work weekends. This weekend I did work, and I had over 2,000 solar panels uh, to clean just on carports and another 2,000 on a rooftop. And I picked up two tanks from Mark before that job, and then after that job, I uh, picked up two brand new tanks. But it lasted quite a bit. I did have some inexperienced workers that burned a lot of water, and so it's a learning process for them. But um, it does happen. There's a lot of things that come into play, and so you got to have guys out there that can clean solar panels and clean them good. And if you have people that are learning and training, obviously they're going to use a lot more water.
Yeah.
And that's what I experienced this weekend.
And the thing about it with everybody is whenever you're using the right equipment, now the little two rotary brushes by Jay Racenstein, they throw out a lot of water.
Yeah.
The rotary brushes that I use with Jay Racenstein, they clean more area quicker and they throw out just a little bit less water to me. The jets are a little bit different in the rotary brushes compared to the dual head brushes.
Mm.
But with a rotary brush, you can cut that top edge, start cleaning, cut your bottom edge, and you can be done in a blink of an eye. So with about 20 panels to 30 panels, I'm going to say no more than 10, 12, 15 gallons of
Uh-huh.
water, and you done got those panels clean with a rotary brush. So that gives you kind of a ballpark of how many gallons of water you should be using per home.
Right.
Um, Ship the DI tanks, don't even think about it. I don't know where you're at, West Coast. But late West Coast, give me a call tomorrow, and I will hook you up with my vendor if you're not in my area, and we'll get you set up with some tanks.
Well, there you go, man.
So
That's
I'll
awesome.
I'll literally hook you up with Suez Water. They give all of my customers good deals because all of my out of town customers we're starting to transfer them over to Suez Water and get them off my account, and I take care of all the local people. But definitely give me a call tomorrow, West Coast, and I will get you hooked up with Suez Water if you're not near me.
There you go. And for those of you who are just starting out in this business and trying to figure out, well, is this the right business for you? There's a lot of things that come into play, and you want to make sure that you kind of do things correctly. Um, I had a guy call me today, and he says, "Hey, I got an LLC, and I'm trying to figure it out, and he's going to be spending thousands of dollars on an LLC." And I asked him a simple question: why are you getting an LLC if you don't know if this business is going to work for you? I would rather that you spend money on good equipment, marketing, advertising, getting your name out there, making money, and then a year down the road, go ahead and, protect yourself. And that's what I've done. I've done that in my businesses, and I've never had an issue or a problem with it. But I just wanted to point that out, for those of you who are just starting this business, and they're say, "Oh, I got to get an LLC to get a business account," or "I got to do this," and I've never done that. I've never went out and got an LLC to get a business account. I walked into, you know, um, the office at City Hall and asked for a business license, and they told me exactly what I needed. And $30 later, I got myself a business
the
license.
the problem that a lot of people are doing is they're overthinking it and they're listening to too many people telling them the wrong thing.
Hmm.
If you are a sole proprietor, if you're not going to be have any employees, be a sole proprietor, go out and get your business license.
No officers,
Yes, you don't need all that stuff.
right?
Your business license at City Hall costs you 30, 31, $32 for City Hall to get your business license. Your fictitious business name is what, 15 bucks?
Yeah.
So get your fictitious business name, go on GoDaddy, get you a domain. That
Hmm.
way you have your domain for your company. It's like mark at ampw.co. I've also got ampressurewashing.com, but I don't use it. It's too long. I shortened
Hmm.
it down. Get your domain, get your business license, and get your fictitious business name. And then on your insurance, your sole proprietor. That's all you guys need. You are window cleaners. If you're
Right.
doing a solar panel cleaning business, you're a window cleaner.
Yeah.
So you don't want to say you're a pressure washer. They're going to shoot that price up. You're going to be paying a whole different ballpark. You're going to be in my field.
Yeah. Which is
So,
a lot more money, by the way.
yep. What else we got up there, Henry?
Doug Draper says we can't buy a rotating brushes in Australia.
Why can't you?
How much are the brushes?
You buy it from me and I'll ship it to you.
There you go.
The 32-inch brush, I'm selling the complete brush, the rotary head, the splash guard, the 39-foot carbon fiber pole with my ball valve on the very end of the pole. 50-foot hose, I sell it for $3,319.91 plus shipping and handling.
Hmm.
So you can get a
To the pin.
complete brush, $3,319.91. The 39-inch goes up to $37.67, I believe. And shipping to Australia, Doug, I don't know what you need to do is you need to email me, mark@ampw.co. Send me all your information with your address, and I can see what the shipping cost will be.
There you go. I don't even know how to say this guy's name, to be honest. It's the last one on there. He says, "What insurance would you recommend for solar panel cleaning?" It's very simple.
Window cleaning.
You're going to get general liability insurance and auto insurance. That's what you're going to need.
Yep.
It's that simple. Um, just going to have to go to a commercial insurance company to purchase that. And they're going to put you under window cleaners, by the way. And that is the best way to go. Is go under window cleaners. It's a lot cheaper. There's really not a category for solar panel cleaning as of yet, so they put you under window cleaning. Let me see here. Tara Lynn says paint and panels cleaning sounds good, but not always realistic. Well, there you go. Hey guys, we appreciate everybody coming on. Um, would you guys give us a thumbs up? We really appreciate that on our YouTube channel. And if you guys are not subscribed to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let us know how we're doing. We're going to be putting out these podcasts. You have somebody putting the podcast out in different sites, and they can hear this over and over and over again. And
Yep.
there you go. So,
Okay.
Renee says, "Hi, Henry and Mark. Thanks for all the info." Oh, you were scrolling up.
Yeah, I
Okay.
seen somebody that asked me the question. They want to know the question about the J. Racenstein and the Solotech brush
Oh, the comparison.
comparison.
Okay.
Here's the pros and cons of both brushes. J. Racenstein, I don't cut nobody down on their equipment, their brushes and everything else. I am a distributor for J. Racenstein. Solotech, the problem that I've seen with Solotech is Solotech has a plastic transmission with plastic gears. Um, they can break very easy. And when they do break, they cost a lot of money. The cost for the Solotech is almost double than J. Racenstein. The J. Racenstein carries aluminum housing transmission with stainless steel gears and stainless steel axles. The bristles are a little bit tougher than the Solotech C1000, and they can get the bird poop and everything else off real good. What I like about the J. Racenstein, it has a rotary on the brush. It brings all the dirty water to the center.
Mm-hmm.
I use soap on the panels, and when you use that, it brings the soap and the dirty water to the center. One side of the brush will push the dirty water off. You can flip the brush over and bring the dirty water towards you. It depends on if you're on the ground or if you're up on a roof.
So the water would rotate a different way
Yep.
when you
When you
rotate the
flip
brush. Instead of it going towards you, it'll go away from you.
Away
So
from you.
and there is pros and cons to that,
Yep.
But definitely want to check out the J. Racenstein brush and
Yep.
that Mark sells. It's
It's
good
more,
brush.
It's more forgiving. Like I put the ball valve on the end of my pole. So as soon as you start that brush up, that brush is right in your hand. You start it up, you extend your pole out, and you start cleaning. like with Solitech C1000, they don't offer that system.
No.
They put the ball valve on the end of the hose, and now you're trying to start it up, and you're trying to catch that brush because it can take off and it could be off the roof.
Yeah.
That brush costs about $7,000.
I have two of them. I know. I have two of the C1000s, and I also have the Racenstein brush, and both of them kind of do things a little differently. The Racenstein brush does have a harder bristle on it, to where it will pick up the dirt and clean the dirt up really, really nice on top of these panels. As of the C1000 has a softer bristle, and it covers a bigger area, but it doesn't do as good of a job as a Racenstein brush, in my opinion, when it comes to picking up a lot of the sap and other hard material that's on the solar panels themselves.
Yeah. So, I mean, you got your pros and cons on each one of them. The benefits that I like about them, knock on wood, so far we've not had zero problems with any transmissions.
All right.
I just had a customer drop one off the roof. He broke the end caps that I put on the end of the brush. I sent him another end cap. Somehow or another, he broke his M22 fitting. I sent him another M22 fitting. He put it all back together. He fired it up. It didn't warp the axle. It didn't do nothing to it. And it's working perfect now.
Wow.
And it fell off the roof.
Wow.
So he had only cleaned a couple of them. And I don't know how he broke the M22 fitting, but he broke that big brass fitting.
Wow.
But listen, we're going to change it up for just a second. Check it out. All the way from Marietta, California.
Uh-oh.
We have two guests right here. We've
Man.
got Jake Ochoa and AJ. Come on in, guys.
Yeah, you guys come in and have a seat.
How we doing? Oh, come on in over here. So put a headset on, you can hear. So for those of you who don't know, Jake is my son. I call him my mijo.
Mijo.
So Jake has been out doing some pressure washing today. So what we talk about, the family in the industry, we're family. So we do sub work out to other workers. We help other people out. If I can't do it, and if it's not a customer that wants to be under my insurance, then I can just say, hey, Jake, go do this job. And I throw him work all the time. But some customers want to be under my insurance, and then I'll just sub the work out and I'll pay Jake. So, Jake, you've been on the job all day today.
Oh, yeah. I've been working since yesterday.
Yeah. So he worked last night in Long Beach. He worked at Bond's gas station, and we got that one all cleaned up for the grand opening today. And I think he may have got a little bit of sleep. And then he was
No, I went to Walmart.
Oh, then he went to
I went
Walmart.
to Highland. I did Walmart.
Yeah, right.
This guy is 22 years old.
23.
23 now.
23.
He reminds me of me,
Feels like he's 25.
and he's not the two old bald guys yet, but these two will be the two old bald guys before they know it.
Matter of time. Matter of time.
That kennel at both ends. So Jake is the one that I was telling you guys about earlier that we're cleaning that house down in Marietta. So Jake has literally been on a roof all day today cleaning a black tile roof, and he completely remodeled this home, and this dirt has been a pain. Right?
Literally just the roof all day today.
Literally, just a roof.
Wow.
And by the way, it is a big home.
We had AJ up there, and then we had Baker up there, too.
We were 3 deep up there today, and it was hot.
It was hot.
Yeah.
So I told these boys to get done, get back in the morning, come early, go home tonight, get some sleep, get a good meal in you, and get some rest.
Well, I rescheduled 2 jobs, but I still got to do 1. So go knock that out, then go get some rest.
See, that's what happens. When you're a kid and you're young, you can do this crap. These two old bald guys right here, we're done. We can't do that no more.
No. We're lucky we get up in the morning.
But these two guys right here, they are in the pressure washing world. They do commercial and residential pressure washing. They do window cleaning. They do solar panels. Do you do auto detailing?
We just finished up right now. Our trucks.
Oh, you just wash your trucks. So
Personal only.
So these two guys right here are in the industry, but what I like about them is they're young, they're energetic, and they get out there and they bust their butt. And you don't see a lot of that in nowadays world. Everybody wants you to hand it to them. These guys don't ask for that. They get out there and they work their tail off with everything that they got. And it makes me proud just to know them and be able to use them whenever I can.
Awesome.
Right?
Let's check out the chat.
Thanks for having me, Mark.
Chat.
Yeah. You got to scroll down.
What
on
would
that.
the
You got to
charge
scroll down
for
on
you?
it. You're halfway
shit.
on there. There you go.
Oh, hell, here we go. Mary's been asking questions. My son's
Shout out
Dave.
from Gilroy.
Jake too. Oh, look at here. Where are you at?
Jake.
Got to go back up. quick.
Jennifer
Make sure.
Prater says, "Hi Jake, my son is named Jake too."
Oh, that's Jennifer Prater.
There you go.
You know
Oh,
Jennifer.
Jennifer.
Yeah,
How are
Jennifer.
we doing, Jennifer? Yeah, that's the one we had on the scissor lift, right?
Yeah.
At Costco?
Oh,
Yep.
Mhm.
For those you don't
Yeah,
know,
hey, Jim, how you
when we
doing?
cleaned the Costco a few weeks ago, Jennifer, this girl rocks. She literally wants to learn everything. She's the one that we went out. Me and Henry went out and did 2 cleanings on 2 of our customers' properties. We cleaned the panels. We filmed her. We posted her, and then she wanted to learn how to drive a snorkel boom. So what do? She come to Marietta, California. Jake threw her in the snorkel boom, and she worked at the Costco that night.
Yep.
So she was driving
She
the
did
boys
good.
around while they pressure washed. Look at all the adult dating sites.
Yeah, man.
What are you on, Mark? Huh?
We're actually
Love,
getting.
Cha-Cha, XYZ.
No. Let's not give them the props.
What the
We're
heck?
gonna
Here
go
we
ahead
go.
and blank that out, but that's okay. Hey, what's up there, Juan? Juan from All Solar Cleaning Services from Orlando, Florida. What's going on? How you doing today? And so, it's an honor that you got guys out here that can work for you and bust their ass, and um, you know, you have not having to go out to the job and let them do the work, and then have that faith in them to where they go out there and get the job done.
Yep.
Those are hard to find.
And that's the thing, guys. We go out there. It's like I was out there this morning with them, and I had to run and pick up some parts. I come by and checked on them, see if they needed Gatorade, see if they needed food, whatever they need. And but these guys, I don't have to, watch them. These guys do a good job. They send before, during, and after pictures. My customer was actually out there communicating, talking to them, and thanking them for the job they're doing. And these are the kind of people that you want working for you. They're far and in between. They're hard to find. But I'm lucky and I'm blessed to have these guys working for me and helping me out on my jobs, and it's vice versa. So I'm doing a build right now. It's like I told them, I said, as soon as this build's done, I got to go test it. I'm going to go work with you guys.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to get this, which you don't know about it yet. I'll post it soon enough, but I'm keeping it under wraps. This one has been very hard for me to keep my damn mouth shut about. But I'm going to keep my mouth shut. I haven't shown no pictures, but it's almost done.
Awesome. Mary says, you have a good live when the trolls come in. Yep, absolutely. Juan says it's hot here too in Florida. And yeah, it's getting hot everywhere. It's more business, more business, more business. And this is where
This is becoming a porn site. No
yeah.
kidding. At least somebody's looking out.
Edgar Gonzalez says Henry motivated me to start, and Mark blessed me with his equipment. We're ready to rock and roll out here in Gilroy, California. I appreciate you both. And Jennifer Prater says those young men are really hardworking and have a great work ethic.
Yes, they do,
Awesome.
Jennifer.
Thank you.
See what you do with Jennifer.
There you go.
Boy, she's talking all kinds of good stuff.
Lopez Solar Panel Cleaning says we need as soon as possible a better splash guard similar to the Solartech C1000. I'm talking about for the J. Racenstein. The rotary brush is very heavy. We don't want something heavier.
All right, Mr. Lopez, let me give you some 411.
Uh-oh.
All right. So not Solartech, but J. Racenstein has finally listened to me, and they see where I'm putting the end caps on the end of the brush. So now they're going to start including the end caps. I know they're doing the design of whatever kind of caps they're going to put in it, because now they see the beneficial of keeping that water inside the barrel, and it's less friction on the brushes. It's more cleaning. And the other thing is, now they're going to start doing the splash guard. They're going to redo the bracket to where it can be universal. Instead of locking on the top of the transmission, it's going to lock on the side to keep the splash guard from turning. So they're going to modify that. Engineer department is already working on that. As soon as they come up with that design and they can send me one, I can modify my existing customers' brush and all my future ones that come with it on them. So that answered Mr. Lopez's questions. It is being worked on. I do post all the time. It's just like the surface cleaner. When I did the Ant 24 and I did the unbox and reveal, this young gentleman right here is the one that got the Ant 24.
Oh, it works
He
so
didn't
much
believe
better.
me. He's used to the Ant 28. He said, "Oh, this Ant 24 ain't going to work faster." What happened, Jake?
I thought Mark was just talking.
And
It turns out he was right.
You're right, as usual.
I told him,
As usual.
I said, the one is shorter, it's going to spin faster, and it's got the 40-degree tips, and you can walk faster.
Walk way
Oh,
faster.
twice
faster.
twice as fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deep cleaning. It's all.
So last Wednesday, I had the vice president of sales and my sales rep from Hydrotech here. So, I mean, when you got the vice president, visiting your business and wanting to see what you're doing, and then I shared him the link, what I did to his Hydrotech, the surface cleaner, he was very interested in it. He's the kind of guy, most people, when they see stuff like that, they're like, oh, my product is superior, and I don't, that's BS that you're modifying my product. He wasn't none of that. He wanted to see exactly what I'd done, what I did to make it better. And sure enough, it's going back to the engineer team, and they're going to do the mods to where I don't be doing that anymore. They're going to start including that on their surface cleaners. So I love, it's like every time I get something, I can't keep my hands off of it. I was that little kid trying to take Tonka toys apart when I was a kid. I want to see what I can do. It's called the BBD, the bigger, better deal. I want to see what I can do to make them better. Well, I do that same thing in the pressure washing world. The J. Racenstein rotary brush, I showed them the mods that I did to it and how much better of a brush it is now as far as the functionality with the water cleaning it and putting the ball valve on the end of the pole. Talked to them about the splash guard. So we're all the time trying to see if there's any flaws or anything, if what we can do to make it better. And we pass that back to the customer, or not to the customer, but the manufacturer, because we want them to include that on all future sales to the future customers. So
there you go. Always trying to improve your products. Zig says, "What are the essential ladder sizes one should have for their solar panel cleaning business?" Well, since I'm in that business, you're looking at a 18-foot ladder that you want to have for a small ladder, and you can go up as high as a 28-foot ladder or 32-foot ladder. Um, and have the bigger ones on your truck. So it just depends what you're gonna go. If you're gonna go on a two-story home and you have to go all the way up on top, where there's not the first level that you can put a second ladder on, you're gonna need the bigger ladders for that. So all right,
of our love sites.
okay. So um, yeah, we're getting some trolls that are coming in, but you know what? That's all cool. But we appreciate everybody coming on tonight, and we got a lot of thumbs up. A lot of people that came on and watched our podcast. We're going to be here every Tuesday. We're going to try to, and do some live podcasts and have different people coming in, and um, yeah, make it bigger and better. Right? The
That's
bigger,
it.
better
It's
breakfast.
a motto. It's a
There-
motto for everything.
Tony King, what are the things not to do while cleaning panels? What are the common mistakes you see people make?
Blasting.
What kind of things not to do while cleaning solar panels? What common mistakes you see people make? Yeah, I see people with the wrong equipment. Okay, that's one of the biggest things that I see. Some people come in, they got a brush that they got from, say, Home Depot or something, and soap and water, and they're spraying it with a water hose, and it just is inexperience, and I do see that quite a bit. Um, Also, as a business perspective, and on the business side, I see people that have solar panel cleaning businesses putting their prices on their website, and that's a huge no-no for me, because I always tell people, why would you um, get their service when you already know their price and you can go somewhere else? So I would rather have somebody come and call me and talk to me, and I can explain it to them. And that's when I can go out and close the deal and get the job. So that's one of the things that I do see for myself, as far as what people do wrong, especially in their business. Uh, Doug Draper says, I take my hat off to you guys, full of information. Thank you all. Open up a branch here in Australia. There you go.
Yep. Yep. There's a lot of people down in Australia that are, I don't know what the correct word is. It's not desert. It's out in the what do you call it?
Aussie land?
Aussie land or whatever you want to call
Down
it.
under.
So down under. So they use a lot of solar panels down in there, and yeah, you need to get out there and corner the market and start cleaning them.
Yep.
We need to get your own setup to where you can ship tanks down, and that way you always have DI tanks.
I see them all over Queensland. I see them all over Brisbane,
Yeah.
Sydney. They're starting to pop up, and Gold Coast. Yeah, and when I was there for 3 months, I did notice that there was a lot of dirty panels that need to be cleaned.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely is getting big.
Oh, yeah. Everyone wants clean stuff.
That's
and
right.
I've also said this in my sales rep with Suez Water, they used to ship to Hawaii. So I've had a couple of my customers, and I don't know if they're on here or not, but they kind of looked into it. But what I told them is you want to get a pub container. A pub container is a 25-foot container. Fill that container full of DI tanks, ship them to Hawaii. When your container gets half empty, get another container ready to ship, and you start rotating them. And you can make money. These guys are renting DI tanks over there for about $115, $120 a tank, not including the exchange.
Wow.
So they are doing that. They used to do it in Hawaii all the time, but nobody wants to, or I don't know if they don't want to do it or if they think it's too troublesome. It's not that troublesome. You schedule a pickup for a pub container, you get it, and you can. They have roll-offs. They have trucks over in Hawaii that you can bring the container straight to your yard, and then when you get half empty, you rotate another one out, get another one ready to come. Yeah. So there's money in that. Plus, you can do the cleaning business, the window, the solar panel, the pressure washing, and you got all of the equipment that you need.
There you go. Let's see here. Dell the Hater. Thanks for all the info, guys. Do either of you have business partners or have you gone solo? I think he's referring to me and Rick. And, I want to kind of just say that Rick himself kind of went on his own. He wanted to take care of his health, and he wasn't getting any better, with us cleaning and working. So, we've been friends for a long, long time. And all I'm going to say is he needed to take care of personal business. And, and so, I'm doing what I have to do to keep this business going. Yeah. Let me see. Zig says, out of marketing tools that you've used, Google, Business, Yelp, etc., which has been the most beneficial to your business as far as getting you leads? Zig, I could talk for myself, and I'll let Mark, expand on that. But Google My Business has been my number one so far. I really pound Google My Business. I go out there, put pictures every day. I get a lot of leads going through there. I don't pay for the leads themselves. This is all organic. So I do get a lot of business that way. I go out and I'll do a search in my area just to make sure that I'm on the first page, usually up on top and what have you. And so I always ask customers for reviews. They give you nice reviews. And with my company right now, I have like about 83 5-star reviews, nothing less. So I'm up on top and I get a lot of leads that way. If you continue to focus on just one or two, that's really going to make you money, or people are going to see you, then go with that. So everybody has their own way of marketing, their own different way of marketing, and whatever works for you, well, that's what you go with. Mark?
Mine is Marketplace, Facebook, Google, and that's really it. Word of mouth. Word of mouth is everything. 100%. It's like I tell everybody, you're only as good as your last job. You do a good bang up job every time like these guys do, you'll get business. Your customer's going to promote you. People driving by is going to see what kind of job you did. And that is your marketing tool right there. Put your branding on your vehicles. That way they got a phone number they can reach out and call you. Phone numbers are very essential. A lot of people are starting to do QR codes now. So they go by and they scan it. take a picture of that QR code real quick, and there you go. I'm old school. I post everything on my vehicle. I got email, website, phone number, but I'm going to start putting QR codes. So, and I'm also going to do the business QR code. I'm going to do the Facebook, YouTube, Instagram QR codes. So you can go by and scan it real quick, and there you go. You got all the information. Save it to your phone.
And one thing I didn't talk about that is really good marketing for me, just for people to know, I wrap my vehicle, and that is an advertisement right there for me. So I could be driving right down the street. It's fully wrapped. It says exactly what I do, and I get people that are right behind me calling me and trying to get prices and everything else like that. So, that was one of the things that I did earlier was wrap my vehicle, and I get a lot of leads that way.
You got to be careful too. I've had people almost hit me trying to take a damn picture of my truck.
Ah.
That's what I've been slacking on is getting my vehicle wrapped.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great investment.
Oh,
That's what I need to do. Waiting for Rich over at Color Tech to take care of that.
there you go.
Mhm.
Giving a shout out to Rich.
Yep.
Shout out to Rich, Color Tech.
Yep.
Does
Right
a lot
on.
for us.
Mary, you want to know how much the DI tanks are? My rentals are $20 a month, $56 exchange. That's for the 1.6 cubic foot. The 3.6 cubic foot, which are very big and heavy tanks, they're $25 a month, $90 exchange. That's my rates for the local people. How often do y'all clean a system for a customer per year? Minimum twice a year. If you're out in the desert, you want 3 to 4 times a year. What else? Thank you, Mary.
That's
Uh,
it.
Well, guys, has everybody got anything else?
All right.
I know I got to go down and do a repair for Mr. Jake right now. He's got a hose blowed out, so I got to go cut it and crimping you in on for him.
There you go.
Um,
Well, thank you guys for coming in. We appreciate the company, and
And like we told everybody, we're doing podcasts every Tuesday night, 6 p.m., and you never know who's going to walk in.
never know.
Tacos next Tuesday, right? Mark? We're coming
Taco-
in,
Taco
tacos.
Tuesday?
Now it's going to be two old ball guy Taco Tuesday.
Now you're talking my language. So, all right, guys. Thank you guys for chiming in today on our podcast. We really appreciate everybody coming in, and thank you guys on YouTube for watching us. We appreciate everybody who gave us a thumbs up, and we are going to be here every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Put it on your calendar. Do what you need to do. Make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube channels, Mark and myself. And we will see you guys on the next video. Here we go.
Here we go, everybody. Have a good one.
All right. Peace. See ya.
Peace, everybody. Have a good evening. And we are out of here.